Okay guys, so I'm making this video to show the destruction or what got messed up in my car during my wreck. And before I bring it to my chassis guy, who hopefully will be able to fix everything and make it safe for me to race again. If you guys watch my video, you notice at the end of the track I hit the rear fender first, the driver's side rear, into the wall, and then it came right against the front driver's side and really smacked into the wall. So I just kind of want to show you guys around, show you exactly what it did, and yeah, it messed up a lot of stuff. I mean, my driver's side rear rim got bent, hit on the lower control arm, my front rim completely inside my driver's compartment by my feet. I mean, yeah, it was bad. But we'll start back here where it did hit the side, and I kind of beat this out a little bit with a hammer, but you can see it got whacked in pretty good here. And I'm having to beat that out, and I think the wheel well should be okay, but I don't know, it might have bent some of there, so hopefully they can do that. This part got cracked here, which is no big deal, just a trim piece. That's just cosmetic stuff. This piece came off the glue, and that's probably gonna have to be either just taken out or replaced. All the way in the rear where my parachute mount is, which was underneath here, is completely shattered off, which is this guy right here. This was bolted to my license plate. Here, turn it around. It was bolted like this to the license plate, and that was mounted on my push bar, and this got completely smacked off. So, bear with me here. I'll show you this one hand. So, in essence, it was like this back here, and that thing got completely shattered off. So I'm gonna have him probably re-weld something up and get. Obviously, need the parachute because you know, I'm going stupid fast. Probably want to get the car back together. Probably do at least 155, 160, maybe more. Where the Zeus fasteners are on my fiberglass hatch, I had plates welded, and they kind of got a little jacked up, you know, from it twisting. This one started coming out, but that one's actually pretty, it's on there, good. Okay, that one was okay. But then we come around here, I'll put the golf cart here. The passenger side, this whole plate came unwelded. It's supposed to be welded right there to the back of the hatch on the metal, and that obviously got jacked up. Same thing I think with this one. Yep, that one, it was welded there. That got off. This one got kind of, well, that one's still there. This kind of got a little, but anyways, this is a Lexan window, fiberglass hatch. It's got a Team Z wing on here. So that's going to need to be addressed too. Now underneath the car, where this back rear rim hit, So see underneath here where it hit. And you will see right there. Maybe get a better view over here. This whole thing right here is bent completely up. I don't know if you guys can see that. It chewed up. So this rim actually pushed in when it hit, and this part right here, which is right here in the rim on the backside, ate up the whole back rim on my bead locks, and therefore made it out of level and didn't feel that was safe. So I got a new set of rims, which are wider anyways. The other ones were 15 by 10s. These are 15 by 12s, which is going to give me about 2 inches or more on each side of traction. So just sit back here, you can see they stick out of the wheel well, and we don't want that. I want the tire to be in the wheel well so I can lower it. This is super jacked up right now, kind of looks like a 4x4, and we want to drop that thing probably at least another 2-3 inches to get it low for the aerodynamics. Got my rear shocks back here, which are badass double adjustable strange units with these canisters underneath there to help soften the blow. Well, I've got the shocks moved up on these brackets where I had to bring them all the way up just so the wheel well wouldn't be eating into the tire right now. If I would have put it where it was originally at, it would have been sitting on the tire, the wheel well, so because it's sticking out right now. So obviously you don't want to do that. So I had to play around with this and get them all jacked up just so I could take it to the chassis guy and let him do his thing, and then we'll get it back to right height. Back here, just a shot. There is my transmission cooler in the back. I've got a Turbo 400 2-speed transmission in there, and this is my transmission cooler. So the lines run from the transmission to the cooler, it comes all the way back, and it's back here, so get some air in there to keep the temperature kind of down on the trans. It's an 8.8 rear end, stock from my 1990 Mustang. It was stock. Just the axles are beefed up right now, but they're really not strong enough for what I'm doing. They're really 31 spline axles, which I've been getting away with them for a long time with this car. And when I do get them, the axles switched out, I'll probably put some 40 spline in there, gun drilled axles, and really beef it up so it can handle it. Double adjustable upper control arms, double adjustable lowers down here, which we had these brackets to lower them down to get some more bite. And obviously I'm gonna have to replace those brackets because once this tire moves in, another 2 inches when he shortens the axle, this thing is going to be right inside the rim. We don't want that. So the lower shocks are going to have to be, or lower control arms, sorry, are going to have to be moved over, probably to over here, and I'll have to get some new brackets so we can play around with that. Now we'll come up to the front of the car here, and I will show you the inside. I had to pretty much take the dash out and move everything from the engine bay inside the wiring, because he's basically going to have to redo the front end of the car because there was no cage up there. And it basically, to my, my ignorance, I didn't know any better. They put the cage in the car, and they just stopped it right here at the firewall. But they didn't continue the bars into the front of the engine bay, which there should be a bar somewhere around here This is just an add-on bar that I put in as a front tubular, but replaces the stock mainframe. But realistically, there should have been a bar coming through here somewhere, or even through here, and tied into it, and that's why everything kind of got twisted up here when I hit. I don't know if you could see that, but there's that plate right there that goes between the transmission and the motor, which is a mid plate, is aluminum, 1/4 inch. It is really bent right now, and you can see that right there, where even if I tried to turn the steering wheel, the actual shaft, the steering shaft is actually hitting the aluminum. That's how bad it got bent. Right there, so you can see it hitting, and it's bent there. But that's just part of the problem. The main thing is when I hit, this is my rim, my driver rim, that when I hit the wall, this front tire actually hit so hard that it broke everything that it is attached to. This is part of the steering rack. It's the tie rod end, which is a bump steer kit because I have it lowered. This would be on a stock Mustang, would be the outer tie rod end. And this was supposed to be attached to this point right here. This whole A-arm down here is completely smashed and bent. This shock right here is supposed to be pretty much going straight up and down, and it is on a super angle right now because of this lower control arm got so bent underneath here from the impact that it completely destroyed everything. I had to cut this. I had to cut this and this on the A-arm, the control arm, or the A-arm, I'm sorry, the A-arm, just to get the tire off of the rim. I had to cut it off with a Sawzall because ultimately the rim went right through there, right where my foot is on the driver's compartment. So when I hit the wall, the rim and tire actually went in here, right by my foot, and pushed all this sheet metal. This sheet metal was over here, and it pushed all the way in here. All this sheet metal here. Let's show you this. Oh, that sheet metal up there is completely split apart from where it was straight. Over there, you can see that. Right there. And here, this sheet metal is where it came in and opened up. You can see how close the rim is and how much this came in to my driver. I mean, literally the pedal is right here, and right here is the metal coming in. That right now I can't even push on this pedal. It is hitting the metal and even probably got bent. So it's like literally up against, literally just against the metal right there. I can't push it. This whole thing got pushed out. This got pushed out. This thing wide open. I mean, the rim and tire came right here on my foot. You can see all this sheet metal here got pushed in. All that stuff. But this is the car right here. All of my electronics and stuff. Electronics and stuff will be behind my dash. I've got a carbon fiber dash that goes here, but I took it out because I had to pull all the wires out and stuff. There's my grid box, which controls my ignition. There's my fast box, which controls all my EFI, just basically all the fuel and everything, and data login, and that controls all the spark of the car. Got my CO2 bottle here mounted on the floor that controls all of my wastegate stuff to control the pressure of that. I got my fire suppression system back there. A lot of bars in the back for safety. Bar up here, there's another bar that needs to be added that I'm going to ask him that has to go across the top. There's no bar that goes across. So there's a bar that needs to go from like all the way over there to over here. But there's a lot of cage. This is my 5-point harness that goes in. Got a steering wheel that detaches, so the steering wheel with a knob comes right off. Let's see. Also have a window net in the event in the crash that something happens. It will keep me inside the car. This is a funny car cage right here, which is my head's like right over here, so the net and the bar. There's a lot of safety in these cars, and you have to have them. That's the reason why I walked away with just a bruised heel for a couple months, or a couple weeks, I should say, only because that rim and tire came into there. And I'm also going to have a bar that's going to be underneath there also, across. That way, if in the event it ever does happen again, there'll be a bar there that'll stop it from coming through. And you can see up here, all the sheet metal came up here, got split apart. It just got really messed up. But this part was really bad. Like I said, there's the rim, shock. So much that the caster camber plates up here, one of the bolts is missing. It shifted so much from the shock. You can see where that one is painted, clean, not moved. And then you come to this one, not so much painted anymore, moved a bunch, and just kind of got moved everywhere. Other than that, I mean, everything, you know, with that being said, so basically the plan is to, so picture my turbo and the engine, my fuel cell's right there. Luckily, when I did hit, the fuel cell didn't get touched. And if you notice from the video, there was a lot of sparks underneath the car from all this stuff dragging and scraping because it broke. The rim was dragging. Maybe the oil pan, I think I got to replace. Oh yeah, the engine diaper underneath there got scraped up too. I got to replace that. But thankfully, you know, obviously somebody was looking out for me, where the fuel cell didn't bust or explode with all the sparks. That could have been really bad. I may not have this car anymore. This could have been caught up on fire, and I wouldn't even be looking at it right now. So, thankful for that. So basically, our plan together, he is pretty much going to take this whole front out and start from the inside and add a bunch of bars and pretty much restructure the whole front end and redo it. I had to order a new fiberglass front clip. I ordered a new fiberglass hood, which is carbon fiber, and I had to order a new rim and new front tire, plus the 2 back rims and tires, and a new door and a new Lexan window for the door. So that's pretty much, and there's my insignia, antisocial. So come around here to the other side. nothing on this side got touched. So the door is still intact. This room is still good. There is a travel limiter that I had welded up, which stops the front end from coming up, and that, which was probably a bad spot for me to weld it anyways, right here, completely ripped out of here, which in hindsight, that's really thin. I shouldn't have welded up there, but it's supposed to stop the front end from traveling so much. You can adjust it through these pins and stuff like that to give yourself an inch, 2 inches of travel. That way you're not popping a bunch of wheelies and stuff like that when you take off. So that's something that's going to need to be addressed when he does the whole front end anyways. This is my downpipe off of the turbo. Comes out of the exhaust here and comes out and shoot it right outside the fender. So we'll have to cut a hole in fiberglass front clip and get that put out. And then once I get it back from him, he's going to give it back to me with the motor in it, engine in it, with bolted up and all that stuff. And then I got to bring it back here to my house, and I've got to do all the wiring, the plumbing for the fuel system, and for the fuel cell and all the miscellaneous things to get it back and up and running. So, I forgot to mention also, this is my shifter for my transmission right here that you just shift, and this is an air assisted shift, or electric shifter, not air, electric, that at a certain RPM I got it staged up where if I'm in first gear it will automatically just shoot this rod out and shift it into second gear for me, so I can concentrate on driving and not worrying about shifting and all that stuff. So here is all of my, I'd say I only use probably about 3 of them. There's on my switch panel up top there, has all my fuses and stuff like that, so that's how I turn the car on. No key, obviously. Straight race car. There's the tubs and mini tubs for the rear tires. They have to be mini tubs. You can't fit such a big tire in there. But roof is still okay. Just wanted to make this video and show you guys kind of what the damage was of the car, and it's been a long time. So this video is being taken June, I don't know what day it is, 24th, maybe 25th, and I wrecked November 14th of last year. So it's been taking me this long to even get parts, pieces, work some stuff out, and finally bringing it to him tomorrow so he can start working on it. And I'll keep you guys updated with videos, you know, as I go to his shop and all the progress that's being made. I'll see if I can get as much videos and try to get up there as many times as I can to kind of, you know, see it all come back together and come back to life, because I will be back, and I will be racing again, and it'll be lighter and more safety equipment. He's going to update the cage and add whatever bars I need to add, and you know, safety is number one. Obviously, that was the first time I wrecked this car since I've owned it. I've had it for, let's see, I got it in 98. I've had the car for 23 years now. I've had this car. So I mean, I've drove this on the street. It was dark blue when I first got it, dark metallic blue, and little 302 with a 5-speed, and you know, like everybody else, I just added aftermarket pulleys, exhaust, gears, even had nitrous in it, spraying it on the street and all that stuff. And this is what it kind of evolved to, and yeah, So I will keep you guys posted and keep you updated and get the progress on the car, and hopefully back on the track soon. All right, see you. So here is the front tire. That one hit the wall. You can see there's a hole in it. The wire showing. Had to cut that off the rim with a Sawzall just to get it off the rim in the trailer. Here is my door that flew off when I hit the wall. As you can see, part of it is completely gone. It scraped up everywhere. Pretty much not going to be able to be used. Split in half. These are just, these are just fiberglass doors. It's really so hollow inside. Race stuff. And here is my front clip. Well, part of it. Let's see if I can get this in here. It's pretty much hit that. Hit the side. And here's where it would have been above the driver's rim. And then if we match this up, I had to cut it again to get it off out of the trailer. Huge gap in the front. All of the pieces, the bars, all of the rods and all that stuff for the bracing. So yeah, and of course the passenger side didn't get touched, so that's okay.